So YouTube is good. It is your boy Nyrel, and today I'm going to do a video on what's a story time, and it'll be a story time on one of my abusive relationships that I've been in. So actually, before we get into it, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't, and if you are subscribed, go ahead and hit the little bell so you can get the notifications when new uploads come. So let's see, it all started my junior year. So my junior year of high school. I was 17 at the time because my birthday's in April, so it was like so it's like the end of my junior year. So we started speaking like the beginning of May. And the girl at the time wasn't a girl, she was a grown woman, and she was 21 going on 22. So if you don't know, that's a 5-year difference. And in the state of North Carolina, our statutory rape laws are you can legally give consent at the age of 16, but there is a 4-year range, meaning that once you're 16, you can sleep with someone who's up to 20 years old, and once you're 17, you can legally give consent to sleep with someone who's up to 21 years old. But anyways, so I was 17, and at the time, Instagram was still popping. I was part of this shout-out group, which if you guys don't know, this was also like around the time when people were using Telegram and Kick. So it was like 2014, 2015, one of them. 2015, yeah, it was 2015. So, wow, it was only 3 years ago. That's crazy, it was only 3 years ago. But anyways, so I was part of the shout out group. And this girl messaged me. She's like, hey, yo, like, you're like really cute or whatever. She slid in my DMs and we started talking. At the time, I didn't want to be in a relationship, and after getting to know her more, I really didn't want to be in a relationship with her. And like I remember, oh wait, no, scratch that. Okay, I done jumped ahead. So she originally lives in Florida, but she had some family up here in North Carolina. Now I don't want to put too much of her business out, but whatever, I don't care. So like I said, I still lived, of course I live in North Carolina, but so what she would do, her son lives in North Carolina with her grandparents, so she would come up from Florida to North Carolina to see her son or whatever. She came up, it was like Memorial Day or whatever, told my dad, hey dad, I'm going to the movies with someone, whatever, can I go? He's like, yeah, drop me off. And immediately, like, when we went to North Lake Mall. So if you're from Charlotte, you know where North Lake is. We went to North Lake Mall, and like I was like, hey, like, let's go walk around, or like let's go to the movies. She was like, no, not until you kiss me. I'm like no, like I'm not finna kiss you, like this is my first time seeing you, like first out the gate, like I'm not gonna kiss you. And she was just like, no, like not until you kiss me. And I'm like this is stupid. Remind you, I'm 17 at the time, she's 21. Her birthday is in June, so she just didn't turn 22 yet. So I'm like no, I'm not going to kiss you. And we were there for a good 30 to 45 minutes because I wouldn't kiss her. So she sat down on one of the couches, and almost every single person that walked by us, she would tell them to tell me to kiss her. And I'm like, no, like, let's go. So I finally gave in, and like I kissed her, and like it was like a sloppy, like wet kiss, and like I don't like that. Like I don't like saliva at all. Like no. But I was like whatever. And we walked around, went to children's place, got the little boy an outfit and a pair of Jordans or whatever. She ain't talked me into it, like I just did out the kindness of my heart, cause like I feel like everybody deserves like at least one pair of Jordans, like. So bought the little boy some Jordans. It wasn't like something I would wear. It was just like some random colorway that they had out at the time, some generic release. So, and it was like $30-40. Bought the little boy some shoes and an outfit from children's place. We kept walking around. So we went to like Forever 21. Like for me, after a while, I get agitated, and I'm just like, yo, like let's go and do what we need to do, like go to the movies or whatever, like I said. So We ended up stopping by Forever 21 because she wanted to try on a dress. And apparently, I found out after we left Forever 21. But she wanted me to go into the dressing room with her. And as she was in the dressing room trying on the dress, she took her drawers off, or her panties, whatever. Put them in her purse. So we finally went to the movies. I think it was like some Marvel thing, Captain America or something like that we were supposed to watch. Like, we didn't get to watch the movie at all. Immediately, like, she wanted me to start fingering her, and I did. Okay, so let me put this in perspective. I'm 5'1". This girl at the she's like 5'10", like almost 5'11". Like but she looked like she could, like, you know, be dunking on. Yeah, she looked like she should be dunking on somebody or something like that. Wasn't slim. I won't say she was fat, but she got some size to her. She might even watch this and might raise hell, but I don't care. So, and she was wearing a sundress. So y'all know how long sundresses are, right? So imagine trying to finger someone in the movie theater. And my arms is short. Like, my wingspan is literally like 5 feet. I have a 5-foot wingspan. So my arms is like 2.5 feet. I'll say like 2 feet. So she pulls her dress up and I start fingering her, and I'm like, I'm like, I don't like fingering people at the movies because I feel like everybody's watching me and I don't want nobody in my business, so it's a no-go for me. But I'm like, you know what, like, let's stop, like, people are watching. Or I was like, let's stop out, like, I think people behind us are watching. She goes, I don't care, like, I don't care. And I'm like, well, you know, like, I care, like, let's stop, like, let's watch the movie. Like, I paid for this movie, I want to watch this movie. Like, if I pay for something, I better be able to utilize what I paid for. But whatever. So she was like, let's go to the bathroom. And me and my stupid self, like, at the time, like, I'm annoyed and to just get her to shut up. So, like, I followed her to the bathroom. I figured in the bathroom. So the thing is, the girl starts bleeding and I start freaking out. Tell me why after the movie was over, called my dad and she called whoever dropped her off. And she texted me, she's like, oh, I didn't tell you this, but I'm pregnant. So, oh my God, like, I immediately, like, lose my mind. Like, I thought, like, I caused her baby to, like, die or something. I know, I know it's, like, childish now, but, like, looking at it. But, like, I went on, like, I immediately had, like, a low-key, like, panic attack, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, I killed a child, and, oh, I think I'm going to prison or whatever, like, I think I'm going to hell, and this, that, and the third. I'm thinking the girl was raped, but apparently she wasn't. She consensually had sex with the dude, and then when she told the guy was like, I don't care, like, I just fucked the dyke and the dyke ended up getting pregnant. That ain't I don't care about that kid or whatever. A couple weeks passed. Because I know we ended up going to the Levine Museum of the New South as well, and she wanted me to finger her there too. Bruh, I'm a history buff. Like, I like museums. I like things like that. I like that stuff. This is what I would like to do. I would like to enjoy this. Not fingering you, but every time I'm telling you no, you not listening, right? So we was in one of the expositions, and there was a couch there, and she sat down, and I was fingering her, and then some white lady walked in, and I was like, oh my God, I think she saw, I think she saw, but she just walked in, walked through it, and kept walking. And I'm like, and she was laughing. I'm like that's not funny. Like, no, no, like, leave me. Like, nah, I'm not with that. Like I said, called my dad again. That day was over, and I think at the time she had went back to Florida. Yeah, she went back to Florida, and we checked out a couple more times or whatever. But she was like, will you be my girlfriend? And I'm like, no, like, I don't want to be in a relationship. Like, I'm not ready for a relationship. She's like, but but I like you, and I'm just like, I kept telling her no. Right, didn't know how to listen to me. Like, let me tell you something. Don't nobody know. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad laugh. Okay, so I'm in the LGBT center or whatever. Like, I finally gave into it. I was like, all right, whatever. Like we'll date.
What reason?
But I don't know, bro. Like I don't know why.
That just
Like
sounds dumb as shit.
it was. I was 17. I was annoyed. Like I will only take so much. Like I'm completely different now. Now I'll just block you. I said no. Like if you don't understand what no means, I'm sorry. I can't help you with that. But now I'll just block you. But finally gave in and we were in a relationship. So I remember one time. Oh, she called herself giving me head, right? So first, this was the first time I've ever been like completely naked in front of everybody. Now me, like I don't like being completely naked in front of anybody. Like unless like I really am comfortable with you, and I don't think I've ever done that before. Like in 20 years of my life, I don't think I was ever comfortable to be with anybody like butt naked and to enjoy it. Like it's always like get my drawers, get my shorts or something like that, and I'm gonna put it back on. I will never be completely naked in front of you. But she's like whatever, and then she, oh my god, then she wanted to record it, and I'm like no, like I don't want to record this.
Freak.
Oh no, I'm smart. I recorded it on my phone. Oh, if we record anything, it's gonna be on one of my devices because for one, you don't even understand what no means. And the thing about it, you not understanding what no means, you are a victim of sexual assault. Like, what? And you not respecting my nose? Like, that just struck me like right now. Like, wow, okay. But anyways. So she got me completely naked, and she was calling herself giving me head, and I'm like, okay, like, hey, like this stops, like stop, like this hurts, like stop, like it hurts, like I don't know what she was doing, but bro, her head was painful, like it was painful, it was uncomfortable. I was not enjoying it. She's like, oh, you're coming. I was like. She was like, well, it's coming out. And I'm like, well, but I don't care what you see. I'm not enjoying this. Like, stop. And she's just like, oh, it's supposed to hurt. I'm like, stop. Like, stop it. And, like, she just did it until, like, she was completely, like, until she was done. But my thing is, like, she would cry and talk about how she didn't want me touching her or whatever because of her past sexual experiences. Which I understand that, but Helfa, you're 5 years older than me, and I've been telling you no since day one. Like, what are you missing? Like, am I tripping? Like, what's going on? But, anyways, like, I just brushed that off, like, as nothing. Like, it didn't dawn on me until like I got older, and I started to think about these things, and she was just like, she just kept doing it, and I was just like, but anyway, so she just kept doing it, and I'm like please stop, this is painful. And she wouldn't stop at all, and until she was done, like I said. So I got my clothes back on or whatever. Boom, she went back to Florida, and she's like, well, you been with my girlfriend? I'm like, no, I'm not ready for a relationship. She's like, well, I'm just like, yeah, I feel you, but no, I'm not ready for a relationship. Like, I just don't want to be in a relationship right now. Like, I don't think I'm ready for one, and this, that, and the third. She was like, well, I just want, and I finally, excuse me. And I just finally, like, gave in. Was like, all right, whatever. Like, I'll be with you. Okay, cool. We were in a relationship. Like, this heifer is insane. She's delusional. Like, baby girl would. Oh, so apparently later on down the line, her and her child's father, or her child's father, finally came around and how he was like, he wanted to be in the child's life. She go and abort the thing because I don't know if this is true, but I'm not. She was like, she had endometritis or something like that, and it was only a 25% chance that they both would survive the baby being born. Okay, hold on. 25% chance that the baby would die, she would live. 25% chance that she would die. No, that the baby would die, she would live. 25% chance that they both would die, and 25% chance that they both would live. So I don't believe in abortion. I don't care. You can get your feelings as much as you want. Like, boom, agree to disagree. Okay, whatever. Leave me alone. But I was trying to talk to her like my best, and I was like, oh, like, don't do this. She was like, well, what about us? And I'm just like, well, I don't really know, cause I'm 17, but we can, I'll think of something or whatever. But she ends up having her abortion. And remind you, I'm 17 and I'm just doing what 17-year-olds do. At the time, the day she had her abortion, I worked. Like, I had to be to work at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, I worked at Bojangles, and I think it was on like the weekend. And so she texted me. She was like, do you know what today is? And I was like, I told her what the day was. She was like, do you know what's supposed to happen today? I was like, no, it's not your birthday. It's not a month anniversary or whatever. So, today's the day I had my abortion. I was like, oh, okay. Like, what is that? I'm 17. I'm not dealing with that stuff. I deal with what 17-year-olds should deal with. I didn't tell her this, but I'm like, what that got to do? And she was like, well, I'm over here, I'm bleeding, I'm depressed, and I'm alone. My mother dropped me off, and she just left because she had to work, and this, that, and the third. Okay. We just kept arguing or whatever. Remind you, I told her I didn't want to be in a relationship. We just kept arguing and arguing and arguing, and it was a breakup to makeup type of situation, and I hate those things. Like, I hate breakups to makeups because it's entirely stressful, and I would rather do something else than to sit around and argue with you all day. So we finally break up, and I was like, she manipulated me. Like, I was to the point where I was begging the girl to come back. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care. I don't have nothing to lie about. I don't have nothing to be ashamed about. It happened. I used to beg the girl to get back in a relationship with me. And because I have attachment issues, and like, I know that now, and that's why I keep people at a distance until I get myself together. But I would beg that girl to be back in a relationship with me. Until one time, somebody hacked her page, right? And me and a lot of other people trying to help get the account back. Tell me why somebody commented that that's her girlfriend. What? Screenshot, sent it to her. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was like the last straw. Like, that was the last straw. Like, in every single relationship I've been in, I've been cheated on some way, shape, or form. Sometimes it was physically, sometimes it was mentally. Either I get cheated on or I get left for their ex. Like, I kid you not. That's every single relationship I've ever been in. But, so I finally just got fed up by it. It was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do with this no more. She was like, please. I'm like, nah, I'm going to do this. I'm like, no, this is like, I put my foot down and I said, no, like, I'm done with this. This is like late June or July something or whatever. Like, well, I tell you, I was there for that girl for everything. Like, apparently her and her mother or whatever have the same birthday, and her mother didn't even wish her a happy birthday, but I did. And I was like, I don't know what is true and what's not from her end, because like I said, she's a manipulator. But time comes around, and I ended up getting a relationship with somebody, and I ended up starting to talk with somebody else or whatever. So, boom, graduated. Me and my other ex. That's another story. That is a completely different other story. If y'all want to hear a story about that, let me know. Fast forward to freshman year of college. So the summer after my freshman year, but before my sophomore year, I stayed in college student apartments. And she texted me. She was like, hey, I'm coming up to Raleigh for a family reunion or whatever. I know it's been in before I seen you. Kind of come over. I just want to meet you. Nah, I just want to, catch up. And I'm like legit, I was like, fuck no. But whatever. I gave into it, and I let her come over. So we just chit-chatting or whatever. And then I knew what she wanted. She wanted to propose us getting back together. No, I think my freshman year I was like 106 pounds, and still 5'1", 106 pounds, and I don't know if she's like 180 pushing 200. She not built, but she got an athletic frame, but she got some fat on her. Well, what am I supposed to call you? Cause you're not morbidly obese, so I can't call you that. You want me to call you overweight? Does overweight make you feel better? I don't know. Anyway, she pretty much was like, I have to ask you something, but but I already know what your answer is. Pause. By you saying you already know what my answer is, now once I hit college, I could start telling, like, seeing manipulation or whatever, because I had been manipulated so many times throughout my life. Now I can pick it up. You already know the answer to your question. So you came all the way from, she said she was gonna be in Raleigh, but it was some little small town, to Durham in the hood to ask me a question where you already knew my answer was no. You're not slick, but play. So I was like, like, what's your question? Like, nah, tell me. I was like, you might as well tell me, so I just go ahead and give you your answer, and we can go ahead and get this over with. She kind of told on herself, though, because she was like, oh, I did you wrong, and I was like, yeah, all y'all did me wrong. All y'all, every last one of y'all. And she was like, oh, and you ain't deserve that, and I was like, yeah, I know. Tell me something I don't know. So she finally gets around to it. She was like, will you give me a second chance? And I said, no. Shorty gets mad that I said no, I don't want to give her a second chance. Shorty gets mad. And so I'm laying on my bed, just laying down. She gets off the bed, stands up, and starts overtowering, like hovering over me or whatever. And she grabs me, and I'm like, bro, like, I said, like, she I don't know, I don't remember what she grabbed, but I think it was like my arm or something. She like overpowered me, like she had like her hands on the wall, like looking like she was finna hit me. And I'm like, bruh, like, I'm not the same person that you remember me as. Like, I was ready to scrap that heifer, like either throw hands or fight her or something like that. Like, I was, bruh, like, I'm not no pushover, no punk no more. Like, I'm not the same person I was in high school, and I'm so proud of that. But she really, like, grabbed me and tried to, like, overpower me or whatever, because she got mad I didn't want to be in a relationship with her. And I'm like, you doing too much. Like, you are doing entirely too much. Like, stop it. Okay, so at the time I had already turned 19, and if I was 19, she 5 years older than me, so it's 24. 19 and you 24, and you are trying to bully a 19-year-old to be in a relationship with you. Hold on, take a step back. Look at that. Like, you're 24 years old. You have a kid. You live in Florida. I'm 19. I'm in college. I have no kids. At the time I worked at Amazon and in a warehouse. And I'm in college. And you're trying to overpower a 19-year-old because that 19-year-old does not want to be in a relationship with you. Like, look at this. Like, and like that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, Like, after she left, I made it a message to myself to say, like, bro, like, I would never, ever, like, try to meet up with you, like, ever again. Like, that situation was just like, what the, you know what? I probably should have told my dad, because at the time, like, I've been living with my dad since I was 14. And, like, looking back as an adult, I should have definitely, like, told my father, like, what was going on. Like, I really should. But, you know, live and learn. Because that was, like, way beyond, like, anything that I should have ever been dealing with. Like, I don't know who out there is a child or who's a teenager who watches my videos, but do not be afraid to reach out to somebody. Like, don't. Especially, like, with me, like, my father, like, I thought he was going to blow it all out of proportion, like, come on me or whatever, which is why I probably didn't tell him. But looking back, my father has always been a protective man. Like, and I definitely should have told somebody. But I didn't. And my older sister didn't like the age difference and didn't like the fact that she had a kid. And she was like off cake, she's like, no, I don't like this at all. like my dad didn't really like it, and I think the age was one of them. But he was just like, like, be careful, the law, like, the ages. And I mean, I wouldn't go get in trouble. She would have got in trouble. Earlier this year, September, in September, we had one of the hurricanes come through. And I was walking, I'm from North Carolina. A hurricane don't mean nothing to me. But I was walking to the gas station to go get me some papers or whatever. Walking back, I'm posting on Snapchat, just walking around, just like, because I was happy. I was feeling myself for some reason. Shawty snaps me. This is 2018. She snaps me. She goes, "Oh, you look cute." I was like, "Oh, thank you. Are you just curving me?" Yeah, I'm gonna curve you. You have some issues. She is insane. Like, insane. Like, insane. If you know me, you know her name. I have no problem outing anybody, dog. Go ahead. If you abusive and you don't know what, here's my thing. A lot of people be talking about somehow they've been sexually assaulted. Like, looking back, now I would say, I don't know. I'm not really comfortable saying, that was rape or whatever. But I said no, and I should have, like, decked her in her face, like, right then and there. But I don't know, like, but yeah, in that situation like that, I would definitely, like, say her name, like, but yeah. So that's actually one of my abusive relationships. By abusive I mean, like, physically. Like, the other ones I never tried no mess, like, they never tried no mess like that. But yep, that's it. Peace.